Welcome to Thinking Outside the Soil with your host, Shani Alfalfa Seed, where we get to talk story and touch on topics about hydroponics and the farmers who grow the crops and creatures we need to eat. I often record a lot of raw audio in anticipation for podcast material, and I didn't originally intend to post this because of the road noise, as you can hear, but it's clear there's some gold in this episode, and so I thought I would give it to you raw and real. So here you go on the road back from the bark. Good morning, and Blooming Health Farms. Thank you for being with me on this beautiful day. I am leaving the bark here in the middle of nowhere, Wyoming. Just finished harvesting some pea shoots and microgreens. Well, I didn't harvest them. Malin and Andy did this morning, and I had an opportunity to just go and be and see the client. And we had planned to talk about the manual that we're developing for the bark, so that others can eventually have a urban farm in their own area. However, we didn't get a chance to do that, and I just came back on down. However, on my way up and back, I often run into the cattle and horses that are free-ranging all over Wyoming. So today, I really wanted to talk to those of you that have those livestock, that have free-range animals, mostly here in Wyoming. I must first and foremost say thank you for what you do, because without you, many of us out there couldn't get the products that we need. And I am thinking about this because I'm on my way back down. I just got onto the highway, but I had to stop on the road to wait for the cows to move, and then literally like 100 yards up, some horses and some wild burros, well, they're probably not wild, are on the road staring me down, and I just sit there for a minute. And in those moments, it allowed me to pause and be grateful that we've got those environments and those operations out there that are able to free range their cattle. They're able to be as in touch with nature as possible. And as I'm looking around now, I can see that it is indeed extremely green up here in Wyoming. And it is often not green in our area. So I am constantly looking around at the environment and thinking, are you able to get enough range for your animals? Even though we see that it's very, very green, we're very aware that just because there's green things out there doesn't mean it is good for growth for your animals. So please, if you are struggling with finding good forage, finding good feed, finding good rangeland during these times, it's worth considering hydroponic fodder for your herd or for your flocks. For those of you with birds, hydroponic fodder is able to help control your feed costs, especially in areas where we do face droughts, where we have vast rangelands that might be minimally managed or not managed at all. Hydroponic fodder offers an opportunity to get better control of some of those things. For example, these cattle out here are often roaming these ranges, and it is not often green up here. It is dry, and I see plenty of hay stands out there. So I know that farmers are spending their time and their money to go out into the middle of nowhere, Wyoming, to make sure that their cattle are supplemented with proper nutrition, just in case during one of these dry spells, the cows need to be able to get what they need. So those of you that are out there and have adopted these strategies, again, it's worth looking into how hydroponic fodder may be able to benefit you in these situations. So hydroponic fodder containers are all over the United States. And when I say all over the United States, I mean that there are 3 or 4 companies out there that are making hydroponic fodder systems in upcycled shipping containers or brand new shipping containers. Many of these shipping containers are built so that they can be fully self-sustaining and off-grid. So for those of you in the middle of nowhere, Wyoming, or elsewhere, perhaps you are in the middle of the bush in Australia and are looking for an option to better control your feed costs, or perhaps explore options to expand your operations. So please do reach out to me. I am available at Sean at thinkingoutsidethesoil.com. That's SEAN, like Sean Connery. Or you can get a hold of me at Sean at bloominghealthfarms.com. I'm available on both. And if you're interested in learning more about hydroponic fodder and how it's helping farmers all across the world, head on over to thinkingoutsidethesoil.com so you can get yourself a copy of my book. That is all I have for us today, as I am driving down the highway here just south of Laramie, Wyoming, back to Greeley, Colorado, with a great harvest of hydroponic produce and some leftover hydroponic fodder for our chickens. So thank you again for being with me on another episode of Thinking Outside the Soil. Take care and have a lovely day.